Yeah, baby. I just want to listen to this all day. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Ed Schultz Show. I am Lizz Winstead, filling in for Big Eddie, who is up in Canada, celebrating with all the ladies, with all the hockey ladies. Go put your pucks up or something. How would that song go? All the hockey ladies? All the hockey ladies. Bless their hearts. We're talking about a lot of stuff today. We're talking about the big summit, or as I like to call it, the Vermin on the Mount. Talking about John Kyle and he's just like a gurgling worm. Let's just call him the gurgling worm. That's what I'm going to call him. And coming up right now, it's very exciting. From one of my favorite political blogs, if you don't go to this blog, please mark it in your bookmarks. Go to it daily. It's awesome. The Political Carnival. I think it's politicalcarnival.com. She simply goes by GottaLaff, so we're going to refer to her as such. Hello. I'll call her Laffy. We'll call her Laffy. Hey, Laffy, are you there?
Is this Ed Winstead?
It is Ed Wynn. If I could do an Ed Wynn impression,
oh my God,
which I can't.
You should be laughing and floating to the ceiling then.
I could be. Welcome, my dear.
Thank you. It's thepoliticalcarnival.net, by the way.
Perfect. Thepoliticalcarnival.net. Now, I am so happy that Ed listeners who have not been exposed to you are going to finally get to today, and they're going to go to your site, and they're going to be so psyched. But I would love for you to tell our folks why we don't get to know your name, just to get their ire up, because they love having their ire up.
Yeah, because I have a kind of a stalker on the carnival. Somebody got pretty good at Google mapping and tried to publicly expose where I live. I mean, you're talking about exposing me to your audience. This guy was trying to expose where I live to everybody. And I don't usually put my name out there anyway because I work at a school, and I think it's better just to keep everything kind of private.
Right.
But when this guy started up, it kind of unnerved me, so I decided just to keep my name to myself.
It's smart. And, this is something that I don't know if a lot of your listeners know. It's funny, or a lot of the listeners know, is that, these people are incredibly scary and rabid on the right, a lot of them. When I was on Air America, the first thing that my bosses there said to me was, unlist your number, take your name off your thing, they'll find you.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I had such an early morning shift that I would have to walk my dogs in the dark at like 4:30 in the morning, and it was really scary because they do threaten you. And they called my elderly parents because they were listed in Minneapolis and threatened them, and it was just horrifying.
Well, that's got to be fun for you.
That's what happens. So it's what my point is, when you're somebody who is like me, who's not particularly famous, but I do have a strong opinion.
Yep.
We don't have the kind of visibility or protection, and so they can find us easier, and it's sort of less safe to have a voice, and so you have to do things like refer to your pseudonym Laffy or GottaLaff. So that's what we do. But so let's talk a little bit. I know I shelled you with stuff. We were kind of talking back and forth about what we wanted to talk about on the show today, and I think there's so much to talk about, and I'm obsessed with the Sarah, crazy Sarah Palin. She just never ceases to amaze me when it comes to her insanity. And her talking about the Tea Party movement is something that you have on your site, this great clip, and I want you to talk about that, and it's just too much.
Yeah, well, we could do our dueling Sarah voices for everybody if you want. But, she put up recently, I just put it up last night, that she says that the Tea Party should take over the Republican Party, which is really weird because at the Tea Party convention where she spoke, she said that the Republican Party should absorb the Tea Party like a ShamWow, So I'm not quite sure. I think she's lost track of her notes on her hand. She's probably reading up her leg now to figure out what she's supposed to be saying. What is this woman talking?
I don't know. And I watched the clip on your site, and at one point she's like, this country was founded on a two-party system, and it's meant to stay that way. And it's like, what? It is? Really?
When this is a woman who tweeted herself the other night. She tweeted, Sarah Palin. That's what her tweet said. It was her tweet name, at Sarah Palin USA, whatever it's called. This woman does not know how to even tweet. She can't even.
Well, when she's tweeting aloud, then you got some problems there.
No, then there's a problem. I wonder if she writes her tweets on her hand.
Exactly right. But you know what? I think what I love is that I think people are catching on to. I've always said this about Sarah Palin. I have always said Republicans are like speed daters. They meet someone for 5 seconds, and then they fall in love with them, and then immediately they're going to be the next president.
And they get drunk while they do it. So.
That's exactly right. And then once the people get to know who this person is, and it's not just this big shiny object, they really reject someone who is absolutely philosophically devoid. At least Ronald Reagan had ideas that were awful, but he was he was made up of a complex series of a political belief system that actually had an idea in it. She has zero ideas.
Well, but I think you hit on something when you said when they get to know who she is. The problem we're having is that people don't get to know who she is. There is not anybody on the news media out there who is really, really and truly discussing who she is, what she stands for. They show her pretty pictures. They give sound bites. It's fun to make fun of her, and it's very easy to make fun of her. But they don't really get behind what she does or doesn't stand for, probably because nobody knows, because she doesn't know. But I think
she doesn't know why there's North and South Korea. She doesn't know herself. She doesn't know the surroundings around her.
No.
I mean, it's pretty crazy. Hey, sweetie, we have to go to break. Stick around with us so that we can talk a little bit more, because I was leading into the demise or the fire sale of the Sarah Palin documentary, which led me to believe that this is some good news. The big Sarah Palin conspiracy documentary isn't selling so well, and Laffy's going to tell us all about that when we come back from break. Stick around. This is The Ed Show. Oh, I'm not done yet? I'm sorry. Oh, I got 30 seconds. Whoops. Hey, that was awkward. So anyway, what I'm doing now is I'm twiddling my thumbs with something to say. Hey, everybody, let me start this. Oh, there's the music. Look at me taking us out to break. And now for real. We'll be back. Okay, thanks. Lizz Winstead filling in for Ed Schultz, who is out, and we are coming into the home stretch. What a good show. We still have GottaLaff with us from the wonderful blog Political Carnival. It's thepoliticalcarnival.net. Okay, Laffy, I'm going to read you something that I was just presented on my desk, and we're going to have like a free-for-all piece of fun. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, it's really excellent.
Okay.
Representative Steve King sings the praises of lobbyists on the House floor. Quote, "They do a very effective and useful job on the Hill, and here's the best part, somebody needs to stand up for them."
Oh, what a patriot.
You know what? Sometimes I didn't know if I could read this on the air because I would quell up with someone whose love of country was just so great. I mean, really, you just look at him and you think, what you've sacrificed. You are just